Well, while the whole world has been on a break, our first guest has been busier than ever. She has a new product line, 2 new upcoming Hallmark movies, and so much more. Please welcome back to our home a member of our Hallmark family, one of our dear friends, Candace Cameron Bure. Welcome back.
Welcome. Great to see you.
Big hugs. Big hugs from afar.
I feel like I've seen so much of you digitally.
I know.
But now in person.
And me too, with both of you.
Yeah.
I've had such a great time following you and your entire family on social media.
Thank you.
So before we get started, I should say a big congratulations is in order for Lev, for your 20-year-old son.
I know. He got engaged just a few weeks ago. We're so excited and proud of them and can't wait.
And he's so young to be engaged, but you say that you are a firm believer in that you should get your life started as early as possible when you find the one, right?
Well, I think so. You know, I was married at 20 years old. My parents were married at 19 and 20. And they've been married over 51 years. And both sets of my grandparents were married over 60 years and also married young. But I do believe there's something to be said about growing up and then old together, you know, and not necessarily being in your own habits and then trying to figure that out, which works, but
it can be difficult.
It can be difficult also.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, well, I hope you don't have kids too soon. You
I
can't be a grandma yet.
I want to be
young.
a grandma. I'm hoping in, you know, by 5 years, I'm going to be a glamma. I want to be a young, you know, sassy little grandma.
Could you imagine? I mean, that's just kind of, I got to move on. I can't even wrap my head around it because, by the way, I'm probably not super far behind you. But let's talk about your great new apparel and product line that you've launched with Dayspring Love Over All. I want to say this. Thank you for the gifts that you gave Debbie
you're
and I.
so welcome.
I've already posted pictures with
I
them.
know.
They're
Oh, I haven't
awesome
gotten to it yet.
And
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. So tell us about this. I know it's based on a Bible verse.
Yeah, so these products from Dayspring we've had for 2 years now, and the latest collection is called Love Over All, based on the Bible verse Colossians 3:14. And it tells us to put on these virtues every morning. Put on compassion, kindness, patience, respect, forgive one another. But above all, put on love, because this binds all these virtues in unity. And so the message is put on love. We put on our outfit, we put on our clothes, our makeup, our moisturizer every day, and then we go out into the world. But if we forget to put on love, that affects everyone we encounter throughout the day.
It's so beautiful.
So all these, thank you. So all these products, they range from t-shirts to mugs to desktop accessories, all kinds of things, just to remind you to love one another.
That's right, just start with
love. It's a universal message.
Very simple.
Yes.
Start with love and end with love. You can't lose.
It's simple, but you know, in some ways, it's so easy to kind of get off track.
That's
in some ways.
right.
So the reminders and having it around you like that, I think it's a great thing.
And I know the Christmas collection's about to launch, which I'm very excited about as well.
I am too. I hope I'm back to talk about that one. But the
course you will
Christmas
be.
collection will launch in November.
Yeah, it's coming up. But speaking of Christmas, you just finished your 9th Hallmark Christmas movie. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. And you say that of all of the Christmas movies you've done, this one is your very favorite because it's really close to your heart.
This is it.
It's based on
and
your
I
favorite
never
movie.
answer that because I'm like, well, I love them all like my children. I love them for different reasons and different things. And now I'm like, no, this is my favorite
got
one.
your favorite.
I got my favorite. It's based on my all-time favorite movie, The Wizard of Oz. So this movie, if you love The Wizard of Oz, there's just like Easter eggs all throughout it, and it's an homage to the movie. So I am a woman. I'm Darcy Gale. I live in Kansas.
Love it.
There's a job opportunity in Connecticut, and I come across 3 people that have the same attributes as some of the characters in Wizard of Oz. So there's Jackie Crow, who's a bit of a scatterbrain. There's Riley Lyons, who's not very courageous. And there's Bridget Tinsley, who can sometimes be a little heartless.
The Tin Woman.
Yes. So lots of fun stuff in this one. And, you know, pay attention if you are a Wizard of Oz fan.
How fun and how
wait for
creative
that.
is that story? I am so impressed. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear. You're going to come back before it comes out and give us a little bit more. Maybe we'll get even some clips that we can show. Now, your Christmas movie, of course, one of the many Christmas movies that we have, the big lineup, 2020 Christmas movies on Hallmark Channel, and we'll be announcing that whole lineup coming up in a few days, so lots of people looking forward to that. Now, the Christmas movie, you also have a new Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries movie coming out.
I do.
What can you tell us about it?
October 18th.
October 18th.
The new one comes out. It's called Reunited, and it feels so deadly.
Not quite what I imagined. But for Aurora Tea Garden, it's exactly what you should imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit of a throwback. We're reunited because we're going back to our high school reunion.
Oh,
so
boy.
you get to see Aurora and Sally and Arthur, you know, back in the day, reminiscing. But unfortunately, someone dies.
Yeah, that
the
happens.
reunion.
That happens in every one of them. Well, we have a clip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very mysterious. We have a clip of where, you know, a little bit of a damper has been put on the festivities.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
This Jack guy was murdered? Here, in the hotel, like just now?
Yeah, I still can't wrap my mind around it.
Oh, Shirley, his mother. Does she know yet?
Lynn sent an officer to tell her.
I'm gonna go see her. Oh my God, this is awful.
I mean, how was he killed? Were there any witnesses? Do you know who did it?
No. But when I saw him leave the ballroom, I noticed Cassie.
Ro, I got your text. Is there some kind of emergency?
Can't wait.
She's gonna get to the bottom of it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rose gonna figure it out.
Well, we just saw Mary Lou Henner, another one of our dear friends, in there in that scene with you. And I know that when you guys were shooting this, when you were actually roommates, I imagine there was
Okay.
never a dull moment between the two of you.
I did not think my love for Mary Lou could grow anymore. And it's beyond. It is beyond. Like, she is just one of my best friends, and we lived together for 9 weeks. We posted a lot. We cooked every night. We sang songs together. We made up stuff
I
like.
especially love the song singing. It was
We saw
so
the
good.
posts. We saw the posts. Take us through some of the, you know, some of the fun stuff.
Well, we were up there during 4th of July, so
Yeah.
Mary Lou had written a song with her uncle when she was like 6 years old. So we changed a few words and sang a 4th of July song.
It was so cute.
And we also played a few games like Never Have I Ever, which I've done with my daughter Natasha on her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But we thought Mary Lou Henner has the best stories that are never boring.
Yeah.
And never get old, and she is like the spiciest person I've ever met in my life. So I'm like, her stories were way better than any of mine. Like, oh my gosh. So I'm like living through her.
Let's show everybody what you're talking about. Check it out.
Have you ever fallen in love with one of your co-stars? Oh my gosh. Ready? And. Never! Oh my gosh, I must have dated at least 30 of my co-stars.
I was dating 20.
That's true. A 1, 2, 3, 4. First you take some stripes and you sew them up tight. 7 of them red and the other 6 white. Then take 50 stars and here's what you do. Sew them in a square on a background of blue.
Oh my goodness.
We are 2 peas in a pod.
Candace, thank you so much for being here. So good to see you.
So good to see
Thanks,
both of you.
Candace.
And you all, Candace's Love Over All line is available at dayspring.com/love. And be sure to check in with hallmarkchannel.com for updates, previews, and so much more regarding all things Candace upcoming on Hallmark Channel.